Well, that was obnoxious. Now I'm going to have to edit these together. Oh, my alarm went off to remind me to price some new business card. Anyway, okay, so my personal preference is to inject my medication in my hip. So I'm going to expose my right hip. And I've got my alcohol pad out. And I want to make sure that there's no air. Tapping doesn't really do much, but I do it anyway. It's habit. So just push it up until you see a little drop of liquid come out at the top of the needle. Take your alcohol swab. And again, you're going to want to do 1/1000. Wait, before I do that, I was going to show you how to landmark where you want to give it. So if you take your thumb and put it on your hip bone, okay, and then your index finger, and I have a little divot right here. You can, I can't really do it like this, but you can reach it around, and then, anyway, so what you'll do is kind of create, it's hard to show on the camera like this because I'm doing it to myself, but your thumb on your hip bone, your index finger on your, I can't remember what this is called, but anyway, your bone right here, and then you reach down and you'll create a little triangle. You want to stay in this area. That was ridiculous. So anyway, when you're swabbing off with alcohol, again, I like to do little circles starting, and then you go out in bigger circles, okay? Because if you're doing it just all willy-nilly and crazy, then you're pulling bacteria from over here and just streaking it across. So you always want to start with little circles and then go out, and don't go back over an area that you've already wiped, because you're just, so little circles, you're just contaminating it. Okay. Alright, so there's my weedy bitty needle. And what I'll do is just kind of grip it like this, because you don't have to like jab it in super hard. I've seen some guys go in really slow. Again, it's all about what you're comfortable with. I've been giving injections for a really, really long time, so I kind of have my own technique worked out. I don't like to delay. I just pop it in really quick, aspirate, pull back on the plunger to make sure there's no blood, and then advance the medication, okay? And it's good to pinch it, and I'll explain why when I'm done. So if you want to give yourself a count, you can do that. A lot of guys get really anxious at this point, and that is okay. That is okay. You don't have to be hard on yourself. If it takes you half an hour to do this, then that's fine. Don't be hard on yourself. You're not a wussy. There are very, very few people that can inject themselves with a needle, so don't feel bad, okay? So here we go. Alright? It's in. You want to pull back on the plunger to make sure you're not in a vein. And then in with the medicine. It takes a little bit longer for me because it's a smaller needle. And like I said, testosterone cypionate, which is what I use, is very thick and syrupy. In we go. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, so you just pull out really quickly. And the reason that I like to pinch, or even if you just kind of pull this way, pull the skin up a little bit, when you pull out, release it, and you're creating a seal where you put the medication in. And I'll explain the physiology behind that. Hang on. Yeah, so no leakage, no bleeding, that's good. Cap your needle, toss it in your sharps. Alright. So the reason that I suggested pulling on the skin or pinching it even is fine. So when you pull on that skin and you've got muscle tissue right here, and then you've got your skin and your subcutaneous tissue over it, when you pull that skin just a little bit, pull it this way, and then you inject the needle. And so say I wish I had 4 hands right now, but say I've inserted a needle into my skin here, and I've pulled it to the side. I'm injecting the medication, then I remove the needle and immediately release the skin. Okay? Did you see what happened there? So whatever, because the medicine will create a little, not really a cavity, but it kind of displaces the muscle tissue and makes its own space. And muscle tissue is rather taut. So if you don't create that skin seal, the medication will want to come back out because the muscle tissue is pushing back, like, hey, what are you doing? This is our space. So if you create that skin seal, then that medication doesn't have a way to get out because the hole that you actually made in the skin is actually over here. I hope that made sense. It's kind of hard to do without, like, using someone else or having 4 hands. If you have any questions about anything that I've discussed, please find me on Facebook and message me there, because YouTube messaging system is crap, and honestly, I have too many, and yeah, I can't, like, YouTube messaging is crap for me, so find me on Facebook. I have a link to my Facebook on my channel, and message me on there if you have any questions. I would be happy to answer them. Now I'm going to make a video about trans man hygiene, which is something I've been meaning to do for a really long time, because holy crap, there's a lot. So thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all very soon. Mwah.